Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
What's up, all you funky Superfly, Bob Marley, Buju Banton, Mad Lion, Shabba Ranks, listening Funkadelics out there. Today I got a really cool video for you. It's a little bit lengthy, so stick with it. Trust me, you're gonna like this one. Recently I had the opportunity to ask the gentleman Riley from Fishkeeping Jamaica a couple of questions, and he's a very charismatic, knowledgeable individual, and I felt that trying to find out what's going on in the fish community in other places would be interesting to you guys. So yeah, my first question to Mr. Riley, Fishkeeping Jamaica, which I'm going to leave a link to his channel in the descriptions below. So, softball question. What is your favorite fish that you keep at this moment?
From the very fact that you see the icon or the photo for the name of my channel, this fish, this Oscar, that is my favorite fish. This fish I name it Zeus. I love it because it is muscular, it is fierce, but at the same time, it is gentle. And that's my favorite fish, Oscar fish.
The Oscar Cichlid. Can't be mad at him for that. Most of us have had Oscar out there, and we know how charismatic they are. So, question number 2. What fish would you like to keep, but because of your circumstances, cannot keep at the moment? This is what he had to say.
I would love to keep Arowanas. Alright, this is very nice, especially when they are swimming, like probably 2 or 3 of them together. The Asian Arowana, the one with the red thingy, and the crossback Arowana, I think it's something like that. I'm trying to learn the name, but I just like them because they look really cool.
Yeah, I definitely see that. The Arowana, beautiful fish, especially when you got a couple of them swimming together. Yeah, it's a good one. Question 3. What fish would you never keep?
What fish I would never like to keep? I would never like to keep an alligator gar. Right? Alligator gar, to me, it will cause a lot of headache. As it says, alligator gar. I believe alligator gar should not be kept in the aquarium. I mean, I've seen cases where alligator gar are actually even attempt to decimate its owner, and it will attack other fish.
Alligator gar, and I agree with him 100%. I do believe people should keep these fish for educational purposes, but honestly there should be some kind of permit issue that needs to be involved with it. That's my personal opinion. These fish, I know from experience, I used to manage pet stores, and unfortunately we sold them and they end up in natural waterways, and so yeah, definitely agree with him on that one. Alligator gar, not for me. My next question, question number 4. You live in Jamaica, surrounded by the Caribbean Sea. Why do you choose to keep freshwater fish? This was his answer.
Why do I choose to keep freshwater? As you all know, you are encouraged by your environment. Whatever you do is predetermined by the circumstances in which you live in. Now, in Jamaica, the primary, or should I say, one of the main type, well, the only type of pet fish that is sold are freshwater. Probably if I lived in America, where the availability of saltwater fish existed as pets, probably I would have tried it. But currently in Jamaica, the idea of freshwater is like the mainstay. you don't have persons selling saltwater fish as pets.
Question 5. But before I get into question 5, I'm curious. Do they not sell saltwater fish in Jamaica so that they don't have people tearing up their natural beauty by overfishing their reefs out there? If that is the reason, then good for you, Jamaica. There's not a whole lot of beautiful saltwater habitat around anymore, and the ones we do have are in danger. So if that's the case, if Jamaica does not allow saltwater fish sales to the private public in Jamaica because of that reason, I got a little bit more respect for the Jamaican government. Not that I know a whole lot about the Jamaican government, but I definitely like that. So, question 5. Is freshwater fish as popular in Jamaica as it is here in the States?
Freshwater fish keeping in Jamaica is a very, very popular hobby. A lot of persons keep freshwater fish with the end result of them actually consuming them for meal. The cichlid in which you know as Jack Dempsey is called black perch in Jamaica. So you'll find that in the rivers, and you will find that in some waterways, right? So persons will and tilapia. You have a lot of tilapia farms in Jamaica. They actually grow tilapia so as to facilitate like fast food restaurants and some international fast food companies, which I can't call a name because I don't want them to hold me liable. They actually purchase these tilapia as, you know, the fillet, so as to make the burgers that goes in the sandwich. Fish keeping, yes, it is popular, right? But at the same time, persons who actually indulge in freshwater fish keeping, like myself, a few persons will have like probably 1 fish or 2 fish, right? But they won't have as many as I do.
Okay. So what do you think? I grow my angelfish out a little bit bigger, fry them up, put in a sandwich, throw some hot sauce on there. I don't know. To be honest with you, if I lived in Jamaica where I could have tubs outside of my house and ponds and all that, and the temperature is ideal for that, I might grow out some tilapia or some catfish, you know. Some of y'all probably wouldn't be able to do that, growing a fish and taking care of them and feeding them just to, then have them on your plate. I get it. So, here's my next question to Mr. Riley in Fish Keeping Jamaica. I'm Puerto Rican by blood, okay? And at one point I wanted to do a biotope of Puerto Rican native freshwater fish. And in my studies, so far I found that there aren't any. Whatever fish were there are all taken over by indigenous species through the pet trade. So, being that Puerto Rico and Jamaica, exist in the same Caribbean Sea, asked him what's going on over there. This is what he said.
In Jamaica, as I said before in the previous question, a lot of fish exist in the natural waterway, in the wetlands, at the mouth of the rivers, in gullies, right? In rivers. You have some fish that actually lives between the freshwater and the saltwater, the sea. I did a video on that where I looked at what fish in the along the waterway in the gullies. But the thing about that is that you can't really see the fish, you only see the water, because the fish is practically the color of the water. Fish like guppies, molly, and I don't know the other name for they look like molly, but they're not really molly, right? I got some at the river the other day. It's hope that they will grow big, but I see they start multiplying. So these are some of the fish that exist within Jamaica waterways. And you have even more fish that I don't know the name. They look like cichlids, They have some stripes. They look like, you know, the fire mount, some of them, but I don't know the name. Right? I went to the river. You see my video on my experience at the river, Saltwater River. I went to the river. I saw them, but again, I can't see them on the camera, but I can actually see them in the river.
So, if you made it up to this point in this video, please stick around. It gets kind of good. Depending, I don't know. You make the decision. But number 7, as a YouTuber, who are your 3 favorite YouTube personalities at this moment?
My 3 favorite YouTubers. Alright, this might sound funny, but I only have one YouTuber that is popular probably to everybody else, and the other 2 YouTuber in which I really, you know, look at their stuff is I mean, when I say I look at their stuff, I mean I check everybody thing, right? But Inter 66, I don't know if I pronounce his name right? But this is a big man. He has a pond in the back of his yard, and it just reminds me of my yard, right? And he does a lot of underwater features. Also, Thirsty Rabbit from Australia. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's Thirsty Rabbit, right? And yeah, I have Joey Mulan from, I think it's DIY King. He's a very influential person in my hobby right now. A lot of the things in which I have been doing first started off by actually looking at what he's doing, and I've actually changed a lot so to fit my my situation in which I'm in Jamaica.
Okay, so you made it to this point. First of all, anybody I have as a guest on my channel, it's because I like them as an individual. We don't all have to agree with everybody's points of views, but something I won't do is ask somebody not to say something or edit something that I feel might offend individuals. I believe in free speech regardless of who you are. Let everybody take the information in and make the decision for themselves. So he's a sociology teacher in Jamaica, and there's a couple things that are truths in this world. One is teachers have an opinion, and Jamaicans aren't afraid to tell you their opinion. He's a Jamaican sociology teacher, and I asked him, as a sociology teacher, what do you think of the YouTube fish keeping community? This is what he said.
This is my take, and probably some persons might not like me for this. I believe that a lot of the YouTubers that are fish keepers that have been established are selfish. I believe that once they have established themselves as YouTuber, they no longer respond to the little man. Whereas if that little man is just asking for a shout out, or just asking for a little recognition or a little idea as to how to solve an issue. I've seen in cases where I've asked Dustin Fish Tank to respond to questions from me, and up to now, 3 months, 4 months, I've not heard. Right? I don't know if because of my location. I don't know if because I'm from Jamaica. I don't know. Right? I've spoken to Joey, and he have actually answered. Not to say that all the time I've asked questions he has answered, but that's the problem. I get more response from the smaller YouTubers. That's one of the reasons why I am into watching their videos and commenting on their videos and probably making suggestion on their videos, because I believe that true creativity is not genetic, it's not nature, but it's actually nurture. So therefore, if you use what you have and it works, I don't see any problem with you sharing it, right? with regards to sociology, I believe, as Karl Marx says, the to some extent I believe in Karl Marx. I believe what he says, right? Where it's those persons at the top doesn't like the idea of those persons at the bottom actually rising up, right? I remember I watched Challenge the Wild video, that young man, young guy, nice guy, right? He have made some really good videos, but I've actually commented on a few, and I've not heard a response from him as yet, right? I am not here to show off what I am doing. I'm just here to humbly share what I have, so that other persons may, feel good about what they are doing. Because listen, when you type in fish keeping hobby, when you type in fish keeping, you get a hit of probably about 2.6 million, So therefore, if you can be friends with 2,000 person, right? You find that 2,000 person can help you to develop a channel that would be so unique, right? So I believe in Karl Marx, where he said that the larger one, those are elite. And I did a video on that also, and one of my commentary. The elite is always trying to, make it look as if, the persons who are actually smaller are of little or no value.
Okay, so we know how he feels about that one. Like I said, I would never take away someone's opinion for the sake of possibly hurting somebody's feelings. I'm just bringing to you somebody who I feel is an interesting individual. I'm a subscriber. Personal opinions aside, I like his channel. So, I asked Mr. Riley, what is the one thing you would like for people to take away from watching your channel?
One thing I would like for you to take away from my channel is that regardless of the circumstances in which you are in, right, you can, as Jamaica would say, take your hand on fashion, right? Once you can think about it, you can do it, right? I've been sleeping in my bed in the hours, and ideas come to me with regards to what I should do next on my channel. As the idea comes, minutes after 1, minutes after 2 in the morning, I get up and I write it down. And sometimes I even amaze myself with a small little idea. It turns out to be a 10 or 15 minute video, and a lot of persons are saying that this is one of the best videos they have actually seen. So I believe that once you can think it, you can make it happen. I believe that creativity is in the mind, and it is not limited to finances, to color of your skin, to where you are located, to your social status, to whatever. I believe that you just have to believe in yourself, and you will actually be successful.
All right. Question, last question, number 10. What has fish keeping done for you in your life?
Fish keeping has helped me in my career to motivate my students. It also helped me with my children. My son is involved in it. It allows me to be closer to him. My daughter loves it, and my wife adores it, although sometimes she has issues, right? Especially with the water and the idea of me buying fish. Sometimes she's be like, hey, but you have fish already, why are you buying some more? But fish keeping have actually helped me being creative, being patient, being caring, and also being humbled. Next question.
That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Funk, for having me on your channel. I respect you, and I hope that we will meet in person one day. Peace from Jamaica. Irie. Cool.
Okay, so I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank Mr. Riley, at Fishkeeping Jamaica. I'm put a link in the description below. If you would like to contact me, I'm put my email address down there. Don't forget to sub, like, share, leave a comment. The one thing out of this whole video that I would like for you to remember, did you hear at the end when he called me Mr. Funk? That's hot. I'm gonna try and add that. I'm gonna have like 3 names, and maybe at the end of the year I'll be like a wrestler, you know, with like or a rapper with like a whole bunch of names after. But Mr. Funk, I ain't saying it right. He said it way cooler. So listen, that's my time. Let me slide over here so I can do my due. Like always, take care of yourself, take care of your family, take care of your fish.